All right, friends, it's T-Man. I'm back again. Damn, man, I got to do another video on the Jason Blaha video. You got to react to another video of Jason Blaha, man. This is crazy. These people are just like popping these videos. I guess after New Year's, they got nothing better to do. These videos just keep popping up on every channel now. There's so many videos up being popped up, bro. There's so many videos to make reactions to. Anyways, we're going to react to the gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness, gear slave himself, Jason Blaha. Jason Blaha says why you are not making gains. Why you are not making gains. Okay.
If you are not making gains, it's because you are not training hard enough. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would chat.
There you go. You're not training hard enough, guy. You see that? The reason why all of you are not making gains is that you're not training hard enough. What if you are training hard enough, but you're not eating hard enough to build muscle? What if that's the problem? What if you're not in a positive nitrogen balance? Like vegans, they're not in positive nitrogen balance. And you go lift in the gym. You see, there's so many factors. There are so many factors compiled on factors when it comes to getting stronger, building your body. Sometimes it fools you. You eat bulk diet. There's a lot of energy there. You've converted the catabolic hormone to an androgen, and now it's giving you more force production because it's not competing with the myocytic androgen receptor for force production. And you construed that as being, well, I got stronger. But you got stronger. Yeah, you got stronger with more hormones. The hormones, they make you strong. Lift a heavy weight, right? In the opposite direction or whatever direction. Hormones definitely will increase your strength. But your body will be weak. And it'll be susceptible to injuries because it'll be weak. You could get hurt. You could get punched out or whatever. Because your body never grew. It never grew big and strong. It got stronger at lifting heavy weights through a molecule strength. What this guy's injecting in himself. So what does that mean? What does that mean?
With you guys and gals a little bit about this today. And you know, when I make this statement, I'm not telling you that other factors don't matter, but realistically.
Yeah, there you go. He's not telling you that other factors don't matter. Here's the thing. Man, it's better to work smarter than work harder. He's telling you you've got to work harder, but all of you are working harder, but you're looking for a different outcome working harder when the outcome keeps coming out the same. So the fact is, if you truly want to get gains, you have to work smarter. You have to go and investigate for yourself what builds strength and muscle and stuff. What really truly makes you stronger. You got to figure it out on your own. It's not easy because the information is misconstrued. It's not all in one place. It's everywhere. That's the problem.
I get guys who are like, oh, maybe I'm just not eating enough. Maybe it's like, are you losing weight? Like, well, no.
Right. See, they're trying to figure out, well, is it the food? Is it this lift or is it that lift? Or am I doing this? What's going on? What's wrong? I know why people are not progressing.
And you're eating enough. Now, if they're like, well, I'm not eating enough protein, well, eat more protein, done. So, you know, you're not spinning your wheels.
Yeah, well, just eat more protein and you're done. Well, not necessarily, that may not be the problem. Maybe you don't know how to activate the satellite cell. Or maybe there's not enough compound lifts. Your lifts are not compounded enough. There's a whole bunch of wide array of things going on there, bro. Get it? See what I mean? And if you compound too often on your body, it's not going to work. Then you're just exhausting it. Then you're using up a lot of the calories or food that you're eating to kind of recover from that. It's not going to build anything.
For years on end over protein, because I promise you the guys who are over here not making progress, they probably are eating protein. They're probably eating a fair amount. They're probably supplementing protein. They're probably doing all these things. Okay, in which case they're probably getting enough. Now I can make the case for protein overfeeding for body composition, but
protein overfeeding for body composition. You don't need to protein overfeed. All you need to do is eat your natural diet as a carnivore. Meat, which is what? Protein. Yeah. Which is a high nutrient diet. Meat is a highly nutrient diet. It's not deficient in any nutrients. Get it, man? So yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. He tries to make it seem like it's something special, overfeeding. Whatever.
You know, if you're hitting that 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight, I promise you your protein.
Why would I count any grams of per body weight? I'm a natural carnivore. I eat meat. That's what I eat animal products. Why would I count how much I'm eating? That makes absolutely no sense.
intake is not a factor at all whatsoever in you not making gains in the gym. Okay?
Well, if you get damaged, then definitely protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. If you got damaged, now most people are not getting damaged in the gym. They're just all their lifting is now concentric lifting. Okay. I'm not disputing, I said before, I'm not disputing that concentric exercise can add to the mass in the myofibrillar or sarcoplasm. See what I mean? Both can do it, eccentric, concentric. It's very tricky when it comes to that. It's very tricky. But one will elicit more strength depending on the intensity. But here's another thing. Your concentric exercises, they're not really so intense. They're not so intense because they exhaust you, because it's based mostly on what? On endurance training. It's endurance because you're performing. So it's totally different. See what I mean? You need to know the specificities of these. I do both. I still do both. I do concentric, eccentric. But I'm searching to get my muscles damaged at the same time. Here's the thing. I come in once a week, all right? My main focus is I do both exercises. I do concentric and eccentric. I don't do just eccentric work, okay? I may do it this year. I may try to focus on doing a lot of eccentric work. I know that eccentric work is whatever. I still do that, but I don't work out that often because here's the problem. It's an overworking of my entire upper body. I'm overworking it. So I'm still getting concentric, but I'm getting a lot of eccentric. But when I get the eccentric, the problem with the eccentric as opposed to concentric, you're going to get damaged. And if you get damaged, you're going to get all these symptoms that come with it, and you won't be able to perform in the gym until those muscles are repaired and remodeled. So I get 2 in 1. But most people, they're really, how should I put it? They're really, they're impatient. So they keep coming every day to the gym. They come lifting every day to the gym. So the eccentric exercise, they never get that. It's completely dead. It's adapted. And then the weight, when it comes down, it's too light anyways for the eccentric. It comes down too light. And so they're focused more on the concentric lifts. But here's the problem with the concentric lifts. So they're focused on that, but it exhausts you. You can even lose sarcomere numbers in muscle fibers. You lose sarcomeres, which is the contractile proteins in your muscle. If you lose them, you start kind of shrinking. Well, they're going to say, well, the diameter of the muscle is going to expand because gravity, you're using concentric heavy weights, and it's going to, somehow it's going to like press down on your body. Yeah, but you're resting most of the time. You're lifting and you're resting and lifting. Get it? See what I mean? It's just not superior to eccentric, but I'm saying you don't have to leave it out. You can do both of them, but you need to figure out on your own how to get both of them to work for you. See what I mean? You just don't know how to because you're impatient. Plus, you need to be in an anabolic growth state, which is protein synthesis needs to see that breakdown. You need to be in a positive nitrogen balance all the time if you are lifting.
Not a factor at all. Maybe you're just eating junk and not getting basic nutrition because you're living entirely on Pop-Tarts and breakfast cereal and some protein shakes, okay. But even then, I'd expect to see something.
Well, that's what Blaha does, and he injects steroids and eats Pop-Tarts and cereals and weird shit. Look at him. So if you want to look like Blaha, just do what he's doing. Take steroids. He takes Primo and Test, right? That's what he said in his live feed.
So unless you are continually losing...
He has absolutely no chest. His chest is completely flat. He has no arms. What the fuck?
Weight, you have been in a calorie deficit the entire time. You've made no progress. It is probably not nutrition. So what does it then come down to? Because all that's just optimizing, right? You're optimizing body composition, optimizing recovery. So clearly...
Yes, you're optimizing.
If you're making no gains, it's your training.
Let me get this straight. If you're not making gains, it's your training. And then again, it may not be just your training. It may also be you're not eating enough. See what I mean? But yeah, training, you can add that in there, specific.
It is your training.
He's got a little chest. He's got a flat chest. It's your training, man.
That's it.
That's it. There it is.
You are not training hard enough.
So it's not the Pop-Tarts and the cereal. He changed his mind. It's the training. You're not training hard enough.
Because I get lots of the guys who are like, well, you know, I've tried these different approaches, and they'll go with really high volumes, and then they still don't train hard.
I don't train a lot, but on the day when I do go to the gym, I train exorbitantly, really hard. I train really hard that day. Like I put in a lot of effort because I'm there for over 3 hours. Yeah. But I don't come back for the rest of the week. The lifting slaves come back the rest of the week. They're thinking that a weight builds a muscle, but weights, they don't build muscles, bro. Get it?
Okay, so that doesn't work. And they try the ultra low, and I've had a client come to me with that, who I fixed his stuff. Like I've seen, you guys have seen.
Look, eccentric training itself, it cannot be done every single day. It's impossible. It can't be done every day. So if you want the combination of concentric and eccentric, then you're going to have to come in once a week. It's really simple, once a week. And it's an overworking of that muscle. So your exercises have to be extremely intense. It's not about volume training. Volume training means you're coming in every day lifting. You are an endurance athlete, a lifting slave. Intense training means the day that you come in, there's intensity there, a lot of intensity in your training and on the day. That's it. And then you go through a repair and a remodeling because the eccentric part has to go through a repair and a remodeling. See what I mean? Because we need these additional nuclei. You understand me? We need additional nuclei so we can further muscle growth. Without it, forget it. Not even look, without eccentric, concentric cannot work. It cannot work, bro. Look, eccentric can work on its own, definitely can work on its own, but concentric cannot work without eccentric. You must have eccentric. Why? Because you need the addition of these nuclei. And eccentric activates the satellite cell to donate extra nuclei so you can support further muscle growth. Get it? It's just like that, bro. You need it. It needs it. It can't. The driver of it is mostly eccentric. That's the driver of everything. See what I mean? It just is. It will not work without it. But eccentric can work alone without concentric, definitely. See what I mean? That's the difference. One needs to rely on the other. So concentric needs to rely on eccentric, bro. That won't work without it. Forget it.
Testimonials with that. I put Calvin up in the testimonials. He was coming to me going, well, I mean, I've seen you say that, we can make gains on as little as, 6 sets a week. So I've been doing 6 sets of muscle group. Okay. Now and watch.
6 sets per muscle group. 6 sets per muscle group. Bro, it's not 6 sets of muscle group per group. And I'm looking to work to failure. It's when you are working out on the day so intensely, the problem, what's going on there is this. Oh, man, Christ. This really is hard to explain to people. You're looking to the point where the muscle itself fails. The muscle fails. Not, I failed on the exercise. The muscles will fail. They will not be able to lift any more weight because they have too much damage in them. See what I mean? The amount of damage that it has occurred, it will not lift any more weight. Then you know you actually accomplished what you came there to do. See what I mean?
I watched his 6 sets. I watched his 6 sets. They were not hard. And he even put in the testimonials, I learned what true hard training was. And how do I know he wasn't training hard? I was watching his stuff. There were no hard reps.
Right. It's even a known fact that a concentric training, now that you are the eccentric part is adapted and you're just focused on concentric training, you will lose sarcomere number and muscle fibers, bro. You're going to lose muscle, bro. It's a known fact. You may not lose the lift, maybe even lose the lift at the same time. Your lifts might go down. You might get weaker. If you lose muscle, you're definitely going to get weaker. But Blaha says you're building muscle all the time, doing these concentric exercises, endurance lifting as an endurance athlete. Why do you think people ask me, they go, hey man, do you do any cardio? Well, this is cardio because this is endurance. He's doing cardio. He's using weights as cardio to do what? To reduce the body fat on himself, right? Think about that for a second. Yeah, and he does it's all concentric work. It's all concentric, bro. There's no eccentric here.
Me as a coach, I saw no hard reps, and I took an example. A guy.
Look, even if it was a partial rep, you still are doing some concentric because the weight has to go up to come down, right? You see what I mean? It actually has to come up to come down. So you can't just have a concentric movement without eccentric, even if it was a partial rep. See?
On camera. So let's dumbbell row. He was trying to do super slow. By the way, that doesn't.
Look, that's concentric without eccentric. See what I mean? This is purely concentric. Now, even if he started from the bottom and he went up partially, let's say he started with his elbows really bent all the way down, and he started down here and he went up partially, just partially up. That's still considered. There's some concentric movement there, because concentric, you have to raise the weight up. The weight has to go up, right? So concentric, eccentric, lowering it. But he is going from here and pumping. He's pumping his chest. So what's going to happen there is sarcoplasmic. You understand? Understand me? This is endurance lifting.
Doesn't help you. I've seen Christian Thibodeau give great explanations as to why these really slow negatives of the weight you can lift probably doesn't add any.
He has no slow negatives. They don't work because they're not heavy enough. If they were heavy, they would work a slow negative, meaning eccentric.
Yeah, right. He's got an advanced degree in the field. Very experienced coach.
He has an advanced degree in the field, bro. I have 40 years of experience, lifting experience, man. I've done just about every kind of sport you can imagine. I've done every kind of lifting you can imagine. I don't care about this guy with a degree, man. I don't give a shit about him. He's full of shit. He takes steroids like you, because if his degree worked so well, why he gotta take steroids? Why do you gotta take steroids if you're such a good coach?
Educated coach. He's quoted me before, by the way, in T-Nation.
Yeah, one steroid coaching the other steroid user. Yes, he's coached you.
Good guy. I've seen him give great explanations as to why that actually.
Steroids do not build muscles, bros. Steroids do not build muscles. They're enhanced performing drugs.
It doesn't do anything.
And the problem with the eccentric form, not concentric. Remember, you're doing eccentric, concentric lifts. But the problem with eccentric, it compromises your performance. Get it? It compromises performance. That's the reason why you can't come back till the following week. So if you actually really lifted intensely on the day enough, you wouldn't be able to come back. You wouldn't want to come back, bro. Get it? You'd be in so much pain and weakness and everything. You wouldn't want to come back, trust me, until your muscles were fully remodeled. Yeah.
Based upon even the research, these 5-second negatives. So the guy was trying to just train really slow, but nothing was actually hard. Okay. And I said, look, let's take your dumbbell rows. Just let them go down under control, like 1 second eccentrics, like stretch at the bottom and then come up.
Yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough. It has to be intense. It has to be rapid firing. The problem with going slow, then that must mean either you can handle it, it's too light. It's too light. I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe this. It's too light.
And it was too light. He was like doing sets of 12. And I'm like, this weight's too light.
There you go. This weight's too light. He was doing sets of 12s. There you go. It was too light. It is too light.
Let's put a heavier dumbbell on. He grabbed a 5 kilo heavier dumbbell.
Yeah.
And I made him keep going because I got him in a video call. See,
you know, Blaha's watching my videos because now he's talking about negatives, right? Eccentric, bro. He's watching my videos, broski. He's watching, bro. He watches everything I do. He talks about me in his videos. He just doesn't like me because I'm a better coach than he is. I'm smarter than he is. And he has fucking low IQ.
He'd been doing sets of 12 with whatever kilos. Like 30 kilo dumbbell or whatever it was, 20 kilo. I had him put 5 more on.
Look, I got him talking about animal products. I got him eating more animal products. Eventually he'll change. Look, I got him even doing bodybuilding. I got Blaha doing bodybuilding. All the videos I used to talk about him, about that powerlifting crap and all that. Look at him. He's bodybuilding now, bro. Get it? Because of me. He's bodybuilding. He's starting to eat more meat. You saw those pictures. He talks about animal products, bro. He's going away less and less from the unnatural lifestyle. You understand me? He's moving away from it.
There. So if it was like a 20, it might have been a 25. It could have been heavier. Probably was. I'm just throwing it out there. And I made him keep doing reps. Like, don't stop. No, keep going.
I will say the smartest thing Blaha did was take up bodybuilding. But bodybuilding is not just about getting skinny, like low body fat. That Blaha's really confused.
You have more reps, more reps. He got to 17 reps, and then he's like, oh my God, my back, I'm getting a cramp.
Jackpot City is the home of all.
Oh my God, my back, I'm getting a cramp. He went heavier than he had been going and got 5 more reps than he had ever gotten in his life with me just standing there telling him through.
Look at this. He's not even lowering the weight, but it's easier to lower. Look, it's harder to lower a heavy weight, but he's not even lowering it. He just drops it. So this exercise is pure concentric without the eccentric because he just drops the weight, bro. Get it? Look, watch. He pulls it up.
His AirPods.
See?
We were in a...
You see relative difficulty bringing it up, right? But guess what? There's going to be more difficulty bringing it down if he was to bring down this weight because it's quite heavy. Watch. But he's going to drop it because it's too difficult for him. So he's lost out on the eccentric. He lost out on it.
Call.
Boop. See, he bounced. He bounced at the bottom. Boop.
Keep going. That is not...
Look at him. What a fool. I told you, he's a concentric lifter, bro. A lot of these lifters in gyms, they lie to you when they say, I do full range and all that. Bro, they don't even do full range. I do full range. Trust me, I do full range. People are going to say, well, that's partial rep and this and that. No, sometimes I'm doing something, I don't have to go completely to the top. That's not considered truly eccentric. But he's somewhat eccentric, but there's concentric there. I still do eccentric, concentric work. But this guy, he doesn't do any eccentric. His is all concentric, bro. That's why it's crap. It's crap. You need both.
Failure, you have more reps. Which means, because he added weight, he was not even within 5 reps of failure. So I thought I was training hard. Well, I wasn't expecting that. So all he did, and he had been doing a lot of guys.
It's not the reps that you're looking for the failure. What you're looking for, let's say you give yourself a range. Let's say 5 times 10, right, or whatever, or 5 times 12. But usually you reach 10. Let's just say 5 times 12. So you have 2 dumbbells in each arm, or a barbell, or 2 dumbbells, and you're doing your chest. And you say, I'm going to do 5 times 12. Or no, 5 times, let's say 5 times 10. 5 times 10, right? So when you get to the last set, in the 5th set and 10 reps, and you notice you can eke out more, then you do more of them. You do more of them to the point where you're not able to raise that dumbbell for 1 rep. If you're not able to raise that dumbbell in the 6th, 7th, or 8th set, for 1 rep, then you know you've accomplished your goal in the eccentric. The concentric already is done, but the eccentric is not done yet because it has to reach a level of damage. There may not have been enough damage for your body to go through a repair and a remodeling. Get it?
They come in and they train, and as soon as they get a little bit of a pump, oh, it burned a little bit, I'm done.
Yeah, that's because the majority of these people, if you go on their YouTube channels or their shorts, they'll always say, even, what's his name? That guy, I forget his name, the Olympian guy. He's like, or getting the pumps, squeezing the muscle, getting the pumps. That's all they're talking about. Concentric lifting. It's crazy, bro. That's all they're really doing. Look, I'll show you, for example. All they're doing is concentric lifting, these guys. Hold on a second. I don't know if I can find it. Like here, he's doing concentric. Sam Sulek. That's one of them. I saw what's his face here, the Olympian. I don't know where it is, man. I think I lost it. Shit. I have no clue where he is. Shit. Yeah, I think I lost it. I don't know where it is, man. I watched it. Usually you'll see it here on the side. If you watch a video, it should pop up. But okay, hold on a second. Let me see if it's in my watched. There it is, the watch list. Okay.
I train 7 days a week, but I'm going to tell you at least.
Listen, he trains 7 days a week. If you actually got if you got the eccentric, then you can't train 7 days a week. He's crazy.
Grouping of my body parts. So one day.
Look, he's pushing the weight. Did you see that? He's pushing. He's pushing. He doesn't do any eccentric work.
Do
Look.
chest.
See that?
In calves. Everyone always knows I do calves before chest. Second day, I'll do
He pushes up again.
arms, biceps, and triceps. Third day, I'll do shoulders. I do shoulders on its own.
Pumping, lots of pumping, concentric, no eccentric work.
I don't do any trap work anymore. Another day, I do back on its own day. And
Pumping, more pumping. It's a lot of pumping here, bro. I'm telling you, it's a lot of pumping because there's another one I saw here. I don't know where the hell it is.
we're always focused on those crazy pumps, especially with the arms.
See? He's focused on the crazy pumps, broski. He's focused on the crazy pumps.
Weights, which will give you get that squeeze and contraction. But what's nice about this, if you notice,
Yeah,
I have my
he's squeezing, look.
be a little more strict. That's why this machine will give you that strict feel, okay?
Look at where he's starting from. He's just squeezing the muscles. He's not lengthening them. He's squeezing them.
Really get that isolation. When you come up, remember, don't come all the way up and take the tension off. You just want to.
See, he doesn't explain to you about eccentric. If you come down on the eccentric, you should watch out and you should go like this and get a stretch and boom, bah, bah. He doesn't say anything. He keeps talking about concentric because he's a concentric lifter. He's on steroids. He's pumping the sarcoplasm up with sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. That's why.
Get a good steady flow, get that contraction. That's the
Yeah. Anybody that works out 7 days a week, they're not getting any eccentric work. Because if you actually got eccentric, you'd be damaged. You wouldn't want to come back. So they forego the eccentric. They just move for the concentric. Look at his arm way up there at the top.
up movement
See?
and bang out our 10 or 12 reps.
See? He's squeezing the muscles to pump him up. Like he said, I'm pumping. He's pumping, broski. He's pumping. He's pumping. He's pumping up. He's got other videos. There was another one. He was doing the tricep, pumping the tricep. He was talking about it. Wait, let me see if I can find it. It was really funny, man. The tricep is a funny one. He's just squeezing the tricep, bro. It's funny. He was on a machine. I don't know where it is now. I watched it, and I don't know where it is. I should have saved it. Shit. Hack squat. I don't know where it is. It's really funny. He's just squeezing the muscle, bro. There's nothing going on. Like nothing. It's all. I don't know where it is, man. I can't look for it right now. I don't know where it is, man. But it was funny. I looked at it. I thought it was funny. I should have saved it. Sorry, I didn't save it. I don't know where it is. Even this is a full fly.
One of my favorite movements for my tricep. I'll turn around the opposite direction of the tricep. But with this, I really just want to get that contraction, kind of lock out at the bottom and really get that stretch.
Yeah, listen to what he
to
says.
the top. My hand.
He says he wants to lock out for that contraction. The contraction at the bottom, the concentric. He says the stretch at the top. There's no stretch. Look at him.
Grip is usually in the middle.
Look at his exercise. Look.
Really get that contraction, get that squeeze.
Look, that squeeze. He's not. His arm, his hand should be touching his armpit. Listen, man. To get the eccentric in this movement, your hand has to be touching your armpit practically, right in between the armpit, bro. He's not. He's just pumping. Look, it's all concentric. Look, watch. Pumping, see? Pump.
Now, I'm not really holding at the bottom.
Pump those muscles up with
just kind of squeezing this.
Pumping with glycogen. That's it. Squeeze.
I've done these through pretty much my whole career.
Squeeze.
One of my favorite movements for triceps, I always talk.
Squeeze. He's squeezing the glycogen in the muscle. For every gram of glycogen, 3 grams of water being drawn between skin and muscle into the muscle, broski. Now you understand this lifting is all garbage. That's what Blaha does too. Blaha does the same kind of shit. It's garbage lifting, broski.
Welcome to PointsBet.
There you go. He just said a little bit of pump.
Oh, it burned a little bit. I'm done.
See? Did you hear what he said?
They might.
Look.
They come in and they train, and as soon as they get a little bit of a pump, oh, it burned a little bit. I'm done.
Yeah.
They might get one effective rep. Keeping in mind, if you go to failure, you're probably going to get 4 or 5.
That's what he's doing. He's pumping up his muscles right now, doing eccentric. When he's lifting this weight, he's pumping it up like a bicycle tube, pumping up your bicycle tire. But he's dropping the weight. He's not causing it to get damaged.
6 effective reps out of a set.
See that? No stress. There's no stress, no damage, nothing.
They're only getting like 1 effective rep. Like that one where it burns a little, they quit.
And then he laughs like a fool. He laughs like a foolish guy.
They just quit. Not training hard enough. And I'm not saying you have to go to failure, by the way, guys. I'm saying you need to be reasonably close, or at the very least, progressively overload. So if you're not, you need to be adding weight.
You need to progressively be overloading, so you need to add weight. Well, I'm not denying that progressive overload doesn't help. It doesn't help, but here's the thing. Concentric relies on eccentric. Eccentric does not rely on concentric for strength or muscle growth. You understand me? It doesn't rely on it. But concentric relies more on eccentric because eccentric is what activates the satellite cell to donate its nuclei to support further muscle growth. Get it? Without it, there isn't any muscle growth. So this is all sarcoplasmic pumping. Getting the pump.
You need to be adding weight. You need to have some heavy weight on the bar. So
no matter how heavy you go on that bar in the concentric form, your muscles will never grow. I can guarantee it. Never, ever grow. Without the eccentric, the concentric cannot happen. Cannot happen, bro. Even science explains this to you. It cannot happen.
If the bar weight is going up or the dumbbell weight is going up consistently, you probably are stimulating growth, even if you're not getting right up on the edge of failure. Okay? Fair. You got to do one or the other.
That's why he's a poor coach, because he doesn't understand it. That flat chest.
You have to either be adding mechanical tension through either adding...
See, bodybuilding is not an endurance sport. I'm going to explain this one more time in this video. Bodybuilding is not an endurance sport. It's based on building your body bigger and stronger. That's it. It's about building yourself bigger and stronger. It's not an endurance sport. It's not how should I put it? It's based on performance. It's not based on performing, how heavy I can lift in the concentric form. I want to make a show and tell. Hi, this is show and tell. Let me bring my weights to school and show you how much I can lift to the ceiling. That's not what bodybuilding is. Bodybuilding is not an endurance sport, I'm telling you now. And Blaha works out 6 days a week. He's an endurance lifter. He's a performer. That's why he'll never build his body, ever. He'll never know what it's like to build himself big and strong.
Repetitions or adding weight, or you have to be training really hard. Just coming in and going through the motions is not going to get it done. Okay?
That's what he's doing, going through the motions. Look at him. He's going through the motions.
Not going to get it done. Okay? So notice
yeah, and he's not getting it done. Get it?
My face there is just starting to burn. Now this is deep into a workout, guys. That was like probably the 8th or 9th or 10th set I had done for delts.
Okay.
I'd already done, like those front raises there, which you're watching. In that workout, I did overhead press, upright rows, laterals all before this. Right?
Yeah.
I'm already pretty fatigued, but you can see my face is starting to get hard. Okay? It's starting to get difficult at that point.
If it's starting to get difficult in your face, it's because you're an endurance athlete. You're exhausting yourself, you fool.
But you keep going. And these sets are real close to failure. They're not at failure, but you can tell I'm straining. Within a couple reps.
Yes, why are you straining, Blaha? Why?
All right, that's training decently hard. And when you're doing a lot of volume, you can get away with that. If you're doing really low volumes, you better be going pretty much to failure. Okay?
Okay.
If you're not, this is why you guys are not making gains.
Why aren't we making gains, Blaha? Please tell us again. Why?
Okay, and we can argue about how much volume we need. I'm going to say for most people, your optimal range is going to be somewhere between about 8 and 20 sets per muscle.
8 and 20 sets, the optimal range. Okay.
Somewhere in that range, depending upon your recovery and stuff. All right?
Right.
But they need to be quality sets. And if you're trying to do like 5 or 6, you better be doing everything to failure.
5 or 6, you better be doing everything to failure. Yeah, failure, that's the whole point. You're failing because you don't know what you're doing. It's not about going to failure. I'll explain this one more time. Eccentric work, bodybuilding is not about coming into a gym consistently lifting. It's about periodically lifting, because eccentric exercise can't happen frequently. It can only happen periodically, like it says in NCBI, PubMed. They'll explain this to you. Eccentric exercise can only happen periodically because the repeated bout effect protects muscle from a repeated bout of exercise if it gets damaged. If any one group of muscle gets damaged in the eccentric form, never mind the concentric, even if you are doing eccentric, concentric, a full range of motion, and it gets damaged, then the repeated bout effect steps in and it protects muscles from any more damage. Now, if it's protected from any more damage, then remember, concentric cannot work without eccentric. There still has to be, it still has to have eccentric. Concentric cannot do anything without the eccentric part. But eccentric can, if you just do, let's say I just did eccentric without even doing a concentric lift. Let's say I grabbed the weight from the top and I let it pull my arm down. And then I have a machine lift the weight up and then I just lower the weight. The machine lifts the weight and I lower the weight. See that? I can do that without concentric, and I'll still get growth and I'll still get strength. You understand me? But concentric exercise is just pushing up without the eccentric. It cannot go anywhere. It won't go anywhere, bro. I'm telling you, it won't go anywhere. Because eccentric is what activates the satellite cell to donate its nuclei to support further muscle growth. Read science, myonuclear domain size limit, bro. PubMed. You already know this, man, on my channel.
Everything to failure at that point, or you're just not going to make gains. And there needs to be progressive overload present. If you're just coming in...
No, there needs to be eccentric loading present. And if there isn't, then concentric cannot survive. But here's the problem, like I said, eccentric work is not based on performance, because the repeated bout effect phenomena protects muscle from a repeated bout of damage. You understand me? Because of the adaptation process. So even if you were to split up these groups of muscles, let's say, I don't know, you did your chest, or maybe you did your back. Let's say you came in and you did your back or something, right? Okay, you come in the next day and you want to do your shoulders and maybe your shoulders, maybe your arms, I don't know, maybe your chest. Well, guess what? It's not going to get damaged. And if it doesn't get damaged, it will not grow. That's why people have these problems. They have displacement in their muscles. They go, holy mackerel, my arms got really big, but everything else is small. Or I got big shoulders, but I don't have a big back or a big chest or anything. Because maybe they started out all the time with the shoulders. It got some eccentric work, but then it ceased because of repeated bout effect phenomena. You understand me? And they constantly kept coming in, and the bro split was they always started with the shoulder muscles. So the shoulder muscles got the eccentric in the beginning, maybe at the end of the week or something. Repeated bout effect kicks in. They keep lifting throughout the week. Then they come back the following week. They got some eccentric. Somehow it followed through. There was some kind of growth, repair and modeling, but the other muscles never got it. And then they're trying to figure out why this guy has one muscle group bigger than the other. Get it? See what I mean? It's all, people just don't really understand what bodybuilding is about. They just don't understand eccentric from concentric. And if you don't, then one is based on performance, concentric. The other one compromises performance. So you have to trade off. You can't come in every day. Get it? And it has to be very specific, your training. you have to train everything in one shot so that it follows through. It follows through. See what I mean? But sometimes if you do just one, sometimes you'll shrink it. You can shrink this muscle. Even if it was damaged, you can shrink it. But here's another problem. Coming in too often to the gym, you'll lose sarcomeres. You'll lose muscles because science will tell you that. Repetitive lifting will make you lose muscles. You'll get weaker because people have complained about this before. They go, holy shit, yesterday I could lift this much. Today I can only lift this much. They got weaker and they even got smaller. A lot of people like, I got smaller. Or I got a stronger, but I never got a bigger. Or I got weaker, or I got smaller, or I got shrunk, or some bullshit, bro. Because they don't understand lifting whatsoever. The concentric relies on eccentric for just about everything, bro. But it compromises performance, so it's not based on performance eccentric, and that's what you need to know.
And nothing ever goes up ever. You're probably not stimulating new muscle growth, guys. This is why you're not making gains.
You're not stimulating new muscle growth, guys. That's why you're not making gains. See, you're not stimulating new muscle growth. So you need to go out, listen to Blaha, go out and stimulate new muscle growth so you can get more gains, okay?
Just going through the motions.
You're just going through the motions. So how do you stimulate new muscle growth, Blaha? Oh, he forgot to tell you that part because he doesn't know.
You're not coming in training and you're not training hard.
Oh, there you go. He's telling you you're not training hard enough. So you need to train hard. There you go.
All right, guys. Well, that's really all I have to say on that.
So there's the answer, bro. He had to do a 10-minute, 20-minute video. All he had to do was tell you just train hard enough and you're going to get new muscle growth. Guys, get it? Just train hard enough and you're going to get new muscle growth. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, friends. Enjoy that. So, guys, don't forget, train hard enough, you'll get new muscle growth. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.